Welcome back to Amateur TV, everybody, the second channel for Amateur. On the main channel, Amateur Sports, we discuss tons of stuff concerning the Raptors, over 9,000 subscribers, but sometimes there's just extra things that we do need to talk about, and this is the perfect opportunity to do that with Jalen Harris signing for the CEBL for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Going to be playing alongside J. Cole on this team. Well, probably the weirdest week in Scarborough basketball history, but nonetheless, this is the second channel, Amateur TV. Make sure if you enjoyed today's video that you drop a like to let me know what kind of content you want to see and what you're enjoying, and also if you are new, subscribe for tons of great updates all throughout the offseason about the NBA, especially concerning the Toronto Raptors. So Jalen Harris made a little bit of noise on social media last week when he posted a picture to his Instagram story that he was in Toronto. Now, it seemed like Jalen Harris was in Toronto to discuss possibly returning to the Raptors. Jalen Harris, if you don't know, did a full video on Amateur Sports about this already, but just to kind of summarize things, Jalen Harris was suspended after last season for violating the anti-drug protocol, and he was suspended the entire season this year. He was suspended. This is the former 59th overall pick for the Raptors, who showed a little bit of promise in his rookie season, but after getting suspended, he played out the entire season in Italy, where honestly, he didn't do that great of a job playing. Nonetheless, we saw some potential in the player. Raptors fans want him back for next season, and it kind of seemed like that was going to happen because he was in Toronto. Now, what you need to understand about this situation is Jalen Harris will be eligible to be reinstated in the NBA, probably as of July 1st. It'll be up to the NBA if they want to reinstate him. I can't really see why that is not going to happen, but Jalen Harris is apparently in Toronto figuring out his contract situation as signed for the Canadian Elite Basketball League, the Scarborough Shooting Stars, the team that gained a little bit of popularity last week when it was revealed that rapper, superstar artist J. Cole was signing to play for them. Like, that was already weird. I mean, that's like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And then Jalen Harris now also going to sign for the team in another very weird development. So, like I said, violated the NBA's anti-drug program. That is why he was out for the season. Now, a lot of people are a little bit confused about what's going on, so I'm going to do a bit of a good job in clearing things up here. So, as I mentioned earlier, he needs to be reinstated into the NBA. So what happens then? The Raptors still have his rights. So if the Raptors want to sign Jalen Harris, they have first dibs in bringing him back. So if the Raptors want him and he's reinstated, they are going to get him. This signing for the CEBL doesn't change that. Now, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it doesn't change the Raptors' ability to bring him back to the team. The CEBL is an off-season league, meaning that Jalen Harris could play with Scarborough here. He could play in the CBL. Maybe just wants to get extra touches. Feels like he didn't get enough game time, get enough reps in playing in Italy. Maybe this is just extra touches to get himself ready for summer camp with the Raptors, where his spot is not guaranteed. He's going to want to earn a spot with the Raptors. He's going to want to earn a spot in the NBA in some capacity, whether it's with the Raptors, whether it's with another team. I would like to see him given a shot with the Raptors in the offseason. Maybe this is him just working on his game to get to that point, signing in the CEBL for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. That's what I really see in this scenario here, because I think he's good enough to at least get another shot in the NBA. Typically with 59th overall pick, like, you can kind of just discard them and you're not really worried about it, like the Raptors would do in Hernandez, I think like 2 years ago now. I mean, nobody really expected him to do anything. He didn't really do anything. And at the end of the day, if there's a roster spot that needs to be made available, see ya. Good luck with whatever you're going to do, but Raptors aren't really going to care much about that. Jalen Harris, though, is a guy who actually showed some promise with the Raptors. In his rookie season, he didn't play a lot of games just because, well, wasn't good enough to get a ton of game time, first of all. Second of all, every time that we needed him to play, it kind of seemed like he was always injured. But then in the games he did feature, this is a guy who can get his own shot. Like, this is a bucket getter. Create his own shot on multiple levels of the court. Can definitely shoot the three ball really well, whether that's a catch and shoot, whether that's coming off of a screen, off ball to get the ball and shoot, whether that's creating his own shot. Like, he had a 30-point game in his hometown of Dallas. Like, not just anybody does that. I mean, granted, Stanley Johnson also accomplished that feat for the Raptors late season, but for a 59th overall pick, like, that is pretty impressive. And we really wanted to see what sort of strides he would make this season. Then the suspension happened. Then he didn't really play well in Italy. So we're kind of wondering what's going on. All indications were that, yeah, he was in Toronto to be back with the Raptors. But again, he is still not reinstated into the NBA here. So we just don't really know what's going on with the Raptors. if they want to bring him back. The biggest thing here is if they want to bring him back, they are able to do so as long as he is reinstated. All signs are pointing towards him coming back to the team. This is just coming from all the information that is out there. All this information is accessible to you guys as well. I'm not fabricating anything here. I'm not, I don't have a source here. All this information I'm describing to you is accessible to anybody watching this video. I'm just trying to communicate it in about 5 to 10 minutes to make it easier for you guys to understand what is going on. Now, as far as Jalen Harris playing in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, this is where, the information out there, I just don't really have it here. I don't have a ton of knowledge on this CEBL. Based on, what I've seen from CEBL players, like the best ones who do feature in the NBA maybe at some point, especially during the time of season where there are a ton of guys signing 10-day contracts, it seems to me like, it's nowhere near NBA level. That's no secret. But like Jalen Harris, in my opinion, should probably go into the CBL and be one of the better players in that league. Like J. Cole respectfully sucks at basketball. So I think that's more of just kind of publicity and just, kind of, hey, this is pretty cool. Have J. Cole. Let's see what he does. But Jalen Harris, to me, is somebody I would feel like can be really, really good in this CBL. And I think it's a good opportunity to get a lot of confidence coming into a possible NBA summer camp. Like, no matter who you're playing against, no matter what the competition level is, like if you see the ball go through the hoop consistently on your jump shots, like that's going to feel good. And that's going to give you a bit of confidence. That confidence is going to translate to, playing at the next level, playing with the Raptors potentially. So I think it's a great move for Jalen Harris. Maybe gets him a little bit more accustomed to Toronto because, in the end, the rookie season he spent with the Raptors was in Tampa. So he's never probably really ever been in Toronto at all. Malachi Flynn got drafted by the Raptors, the team in Toronto, and didn't go to Canada for over a year after that. So the same could be said maybe for Jalen Harris. Get accustomed to the area, get accustomed to the scenery. Is this somewhere where you are going to want to play? And maybe it's a direct way for the Raptors scouts to watch him play. He's in Scarborough. That's not far off Toronto. It's in the greater Toronto area, the GTA. So as far as a career move, I like this for Jalen Harris. As far as for the CBL, I'd love to see Canadian basketball grow. This is great for the CEBL. I wouldn't say this is a household name, but this is a very recognizable name for a lot of Raptors fans. So I don't see a lot of bad in this. I hope he does really well with Scarborough. I hope he gets another shot with the Raptors. I hope we give him the opportunity in summer camp to prove his worth for the team because we have a lot of dead weight on this Raptors team. Yuta Watanabe, Simi Hailuk, the list could go on. Armani Brooks, Isaac Bonga. Like, these are all guys that are easily replaceable. And if somebody wants to come in and take a job, sure, I will happily take the better player. Like, my agenda is to support the Raptors getting better. Jalen Harris, in my opinion, is somebody who can do that. So hopefully he does well. Hopefully he's back with the Raptors. Hopefully he's reinstated into the NBA. And I just hope for a lot of good things to happen out of this. And I think there's a great possibility that this will happen. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Jalen Harris situation. Do you think the Raptors should bring him back? If he is reinstated into the NBA, feel free to let me know if you have any other questions about this and what's going on with Jalen Harris. But bottom line, if the Raptors want him, they're going to get him. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe if you're new for plenty of amateur TV content all throughout the offseason. If you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the main channel as well on Amateur Hour Sports. With over 9,000 subscribers, we talk tons of Raptors stuff 3 to 4 times a week all throughout the offseason. And yeah, production, by the way, way better on that channel compared to here. This is just kind of like my, not throwaway, but more like I have stuff I want to talk about. I'm going to do it, and I don't have to work really hard to do it. Not that I'm lazy with it, but it's just stuff I want to convey, and I'm a busy guy. So this is what it is. Hope you enjoy. See you again next time for another video on Amateur Hour TV.